Good morning, students. I welcome you once again in an online class today. So without wasting time, I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm sure you all have written down your name and section in the chat box. Okay, so um, okay, my screen is going to share with you. Okay, students, so I welcome you all once again in an online class today. So let's move on to the learning outcomes, what we're going to do today. Okay, as you see the learning outcomes for today, today's learning outcomes are, just wait a minute. Okay, we'll do Clara's invention and the reading and explanation of that one, and then we'll do page 138 and 137 and 138 of the student book. And there is one exercise on page 140 of the student book. We'll do that one as well. And page 142 of the listening part we'll do today. Okay, so all the work which we're going to do today is related to the student book. Okay, so first of all of you come to the listening part first, right? All of you come to the listening part first. That is on page number 100 and, just wait a minute. It's page number 142. Page number 142 of your listening part. Okay, first of all, write down classwork day and date at the top of the page. Okay, today is 14th of Jan. 2021. Write down classwork and write down day, that is Thursday. All of you write down today's date, day and classwork. And then I will show you an audio related to the listening part. And you will listen to it and then you will attempt it, okay? So here we go for the listening part, wait. Okay, I'm going to play the listening part now. So just listen to the listening part and do attempt this work as well, okay?
Listening. A. Listen. Match each name with an invention.
They are actually attempting it as well. So you just need to mark and you just need to match it, okay? The way they're doing it.
1.
We walked around town yesterday to find out what modern inventions people like best. Hi, Akila. What's your favorite invention?
My favorite invention is the computer.
Why is the computer your favorite?
I can email my friends and listen to my favorite music.
Thanks, Akila. Great choice.
2.
Hi, Deniz. What's your favorite invention?
I like my cell phone. I can call my friends, and my parents can reach me anytime.
Thanks, Deniz.
3.
Hannah, What's your favorite invention?
I love to travel to other countries by airplane. An airplane can take me there quickly.
I love traveling by plane too. Eduardo, what's your favorite invention?
I love to watch movies, so my favorite invention is the television.
Do you watch other programs?
Yes, I watch soccer games every weekend. And
Me too.
B. Listen again. Match each invention with 2 reasons. 1.
We walked around town yesterday to find out what modern
Now this is the B part, and you have to do this B part, okay?
inventions people like best. Hi, Akila. What's your favorite invention?
My favorite invention is the computer.
Why is the computer your favorite?
I can email my friends and listen to my favorite music.
Thanks, Akila.
So they are doing it actually, they are actually making it solve for you guys as well, but without looking at it, and you just listen to it and then do it yourself, that would be much better. But if you're looking at it and watching it, that's fine too, right?
Great choice.
2.
Hi, Deniz. What's your favorite invention?
I like my cell phone. I can call my friends, and my parents can reach me anytime.
Thanks, Deniz.
3.
Hannah, what's your favorite invention?
I love to travel to other countries by airplane. An airplane can take me there quickly.
I love traveling by plane too. Eduardo, what's your favorite invention?
I love to watch movies, so my favorite invention is the television.
Do you watch other programs?
Yes, I watch soccer games every weekend.
Me too.
Okay, students, so
Did you promise yourself 2021 would be the year you'd be more productive?
okay, students, so this was the listening part, right? And I'm sure you all have done this listening part, right? So let's move on to, let me share my screen again with you. Okay, we have done this listening part, and now we are going to do this summarizing, right? So can you see, yes, Rayan Tahir, do you have any question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, beta?
Ma'am, what is the page number?
Okay, that's what I'm going to tell you. Yes, that's fine. Okay, just mute yourself. Okay, come to page number 137 of your student book now. Page number 137 of your student book now. Right? Write on classwork day and date at the top of the page. And the topic is summarize. How to summarize the summary or how to summarize the story. This is what they're going to tell you in this topic, summarize. Summarize means when you write about the thing very precisely. Like for example, you read a story and somebody asked you to summarize the story. What would you do? You would summarize it in some lines to actually just to tell what happened in the story and what the story is actually about. Okay. So if you look at the slide over here, and it's in your books as well on page 137. After we read a part of a text or story, we can summarize what we read. This means that we can write or talk about the main points in a sentence or two. So that means whenever somebody asks us to summarize the topic, what we'll do, we will not write down the whole story once again. We will just talk about the main points in a sentence or two. Just talk about the main points what the story is about, okay? Okay, you have been given 2 paragraphs below and you have to summarize these paragraphs now. So the first paragraph is about Sandra had her sleeping bag. Look at your books, all of you. Look at your books, all of you, okay? Why participants are raising hand? Yes, Ibrahim Umar?
Ma'am,
Yes?
your slide is blurry.
My slide is blurry?
Yes.
Okay, just wait. You just turn off your camera for a while. Turn off your camera for a while. It would be okay. Is it okay now? Just tell me now, Ibrahim Umar.
No, ma'am.
Okay, just look at your books. If my slide is blurry, then you can look at your book, page 137 of the student book, okay? So I'm reading that paragraph, just look at the book now. Sandra had her sleeping bag, backpack, and camera packed in the car. Sandra's father came out of the house with 2 fishing poles. Are you ready for our fishing trip? Sandra, he asked. Yes, Dad, replied Sandra. I can't wait to catch tonight's dinner. So you see that Sandra and her father are going for a fishing trip, okay? And for the fishing trip, they need to pack something as well. So they have their sleeping bag, their backpacks, and camera along before they go on a fishing trip, and they both are very excited to go on a fishing trip. Especially the Sandra she is very excited because she's going to catch the tonight's dinner. So this is the whole story, right? But if somebody asks you to summarize it, so below it's written, please, summary. Sandra and her dad are, and dash is given to you. You have to complete this. You have to complete this sentence and you have to summarize it, okay? If I ask you how to summarize it, so what would you say? Sandra and her dad are, who will tell me? Yes. Yes, Ahil?
Sandra and her father are going for a fishing trip.
That's good. That's great. That's great. That's perfect. So what will you write here? Sandra and her dad are going for a fishing trip. Just write on, all of you. Sandra and her dad are written already. So write on in the blank. Going for a fishing trip. Going for a fishing trip. Okay, number 2. Now it's number 2 story. And I'm sure everybody is writing, okay? You need to write it down. Okay, let's look at number 2 story now. Look at your books, all of you, on page 137 again. Fred helped his mother take the sandwiches and drinks out of the car. Fred's father spread the picnic blanket out on the grass. Fred couldn't wait to eat their picnic lunch. Suddenly, dark clouds appeared in the sky. In a few minutes, it began to rain. Fred used his umbrella and got his parents back to the car. So you see, students, this is the whole story, that Fred and his parents are on a picnic, and the moment they spread the blanket on the grass, uh, suddenly the dark clouds appeared and it began to rain. So they got back to the car. So if I ask you to summarize the story, when I ask you to summarize it, you will not write down the whole detail. Like they packed their sandwiches, they packed their drinks, and then they spread the thing on the grass, and the rain started, and then they got back to the car. This is actually the whole story. But if I ask you to summarize it, you will just tell me the main point, the main thing which is happening in the story. You just have to tell that, okay? So if I ask Hamza, would you like to say something about it?
Yes.
Yes, beta, if I ask you to summarize this story, how would you summarize it? In 1 or 2 lines or 1 line?
Fred planned to go on a picnic.
Hmm.
When Fred's father spread the picnic blanket out on the grass, it started to rain.
Okay. Okay, that's fine, but still it's very big. Like you need to summarize it a bit more. So if I ask somebody else, like for example, if I ask, let me ask, Ahil has answered me before, so I need to ask somebody else. Yes, Ibrahim Umar?
Yes, ma'am.
Beta, summarize the story for me, please.
Ma'am, wait a minute. Ma'am, her mom takes sandwiches and drink.
Okay, that's what I told you. That's what I told you before. You will not tell the detail in summarizing. Summarize means you just have to summarize what was actually going on or what actually happened. That's it. You will not summarize in a way that you again start explaining the whole story. So you need to summarize it in 1 or 2 sentences. That's it. Okay, yes, Ahil.
Fred's family went on a picnic and suddenly dark clouds came and started raining.
That's good. That's good. Okay, just write on all of you. Write on all of you. Fred's family went on a picnic suddenly it started to rain. That's it. Okay? Fred's family went on a picnic. Suddenly it started to rain. That's it. This is what you would say the summarize means. Okay? This is how you will summarize the topic. Okay, so you can see the words in the context below, like delicate, bump, and pound, and footsteps. Can you see these words, class? Below, words in context. So I'm explaining these words to you. First one is delicate. Delicate is something which is easy to break, right? Something is very delicate. Like for example, I have some vases in my house which are very delicate. They are easy to break. They are very delicate. Okay, so there are a lot of things in your houses as well which are very delicate and easy to break, which moms used to say a lot of time, please take care, please careful, so they're gonna break. So there are the things which are very delicate. So delicate means which is easy to break. Okay, next one is bump. So bump means by accident when you get hit by something. Like for example, you were going out of the room and suddenly you bumped by the door, right? So you got hit by the door. So bumped means by accident when you get hit by something. Okay. Pound. Pound means to beat something with a hard material and to convert that thing into soft or kind of powder. Like when you hit something with a hard material, that means you're pounding it. Okay. And the last one is footsteps. Footsteps, as you all know, that is a sound made by your feet while walking. When you walk, then the sound which is made by your feet is called the footsteps. Okay, so these are the 4 words which I told you, because in Clara's invention we will do, and we have to match these words with their meanings as well. So that's why I told you the meanings of these words. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide now. It's Clara's invention. I'm again sharing the screen with you once again. Just come to page number 138 of your student book. Page number 138 of your student book. Page 138 of your student book. Okay, now I'm going to share my screen again with you. Okay, students, now listen to this one, Clara's invention, and then we will discuss this one, okay?
Clara's invention.
Antonio's daughter Clara liked her father's workshop. She loved to look at all of the beautiful and colorful items he created. One day, she walked into the workshop and her father was there, standing beside 2 delicate glass vases. Many people in Venice knew who Antonio Rossi was. Like his father, Antonio was a very talented glass blower. He made many beautiful glass items such as vases and water pitchers. With his new furnace, Antonio now made his popular glassware faster than before.
Okay, students, so there is a person named Antonio, okay? So many people in Venice knew who Antonio Rossi was. like his father, Antonio was a very talented glass blower. Okay, so he made many beautiful glass items such as vases and water pitchers. So he was actually very experienced in making these kinds of glassware things. With his new furnace, Antonio now made his popular glassware faster than before. So there was an Antonio's daughter, Clara, and who used to like her father's shop really much. She loved to look at all the beautiful and the colorful items he created. So one day what she did, she walked into the workshop and her father was already there standing beside the two delicate glass vases. So let's see what happened next.
Do you like them, Clara? He asked proudly. I have made them for Mr. Lombardi, the great writer here in Venice.
So her father said that, do you like these vases? But I made these vases for his close friend, Mr. Lombardi, and he's a great writer. He lives in Venice. So this is what Clara's father made those things for him. So let's see what happened next.
They're beautiful, Father, Clara said. I must go and get Mr. Lombardi, said her father. Then he left the workshop. Clara looked at the vases. Beside them was a note. Clara read the note and smiled. As she turned, she bumped the vases.
Oh, goodness me. So what happened? So what happened over here? If I ask you if I ask you to explain me this one, which she just read, what would you say? Like, what is she telling over here? What happened? Yes, Darim.
Ma'am, what you're saying?
Sorry?
What should I tell you, ma'am? Ma'am, what should I tell you?
I'm asking you, like, the lines which she just read, what are they telling in these lines? Just tell me in your own words. That's what I'm asking.
Ma'am, I know it was written on the note that Mr. Rosti, please make 2 beautiful vases for my wife. Signed Lombardi.
Lombardi, okay?
Oh.
Lombardi. Yes, so what happened? Her father said that I'm going to get Mr. Lombardi, and he left the workshop then. So then what happened? Clara was looking at those vases, and beside the vases there was a note. The moment she read that note, and she smiled as well. The moment she turned, she bumped the vases on the floor. And of course, when she bumped the vases on the floor, they would definitely be broken. So let's read in the next paragraph what happened.
No, she gasped. She tried to catch them, but it was too late. They fell to the ground and broke into many pieces. Only the round bases at the bottom were not broken. Clara reached down and picked up one of the round bases. What will I tell Father? She thought. She held the piece in front of her as big wet tears fell down her cheeks.
Oh, goodness me. So what happened? When she bumped the vases, they all got broken into so many pieces. Only the round bases were not broken. Like, the bases is the part, this part, on which you make the vases stand. So only those bases were fine, but rest of the pieces were almost broken. So Clara reached down and picked up one of the round bases, and she was thinking, and something was going around in her mind, that what will I tell Father? What happened to it? And she started to, of course, she held the pieces in front of her as big wet tears fell down her cheeks. So she started crying as well. So because she was really worried, because that was the gift which her father made for his close friend. So let's see next what happened.
It was then that she saw Mr. Lombardi's note as she looked through the glass. The letters were big. Clara looked at the base. It was flat on one side and curved on the other. She picked up the other base and looked through it. It worked too. The words looked bigger. Clara thought quickly. She found a length of wire and pounded it flat, then carefully wrapped it around the two glass pieces. As Clara finished, she heard footsteps. Mr. Lombardi and her father walked in. "Now let me show you the—" "Clara!" Clara's father stopped and stared at the broken vases on the floor. "I'm so sorry, Father," Clara whispered. Mr. Lombardi looked at the two pieces of glass in a wire frame in Clara's hand. "What do you have there?" he asked. "I made it from the broken pieces," said Clara. "Look through them." She held up the note for him to see. Mr. Lombardi's eyes opened wide. "The words! They're big!" He looked at Clara's father. "My wife can't read my books because of her eyes. This will be my gift to her. It will be the greatest gift ever." Clara's father smiled. "I don't know how you did it, Clara," he said, "but you made something very useful." Clara had made something very useful indeed. She had invented eyeglasses.
So that's really interesting. So what she did with the bases of those vases, she turned those bases of the vases into glasses, into eyeglasses. Yes, Ayan bin Hasham, would you like to say something?
Ma'am, she invented eyeglasses.
Yes, she invented eyeglasses. She turned those bases into eyeglasses. And when she showed those eyeglasses to Mr. Lombardi, he said that would be the best gift ever, and I will gift this to my wife because she can't see well. And while wearing those eyeglasses, the words look bigger. So he was very happy to see that. And her father said, "I don't know what you did, but you did a wonderful job." He was very happy to see that invention which her daughter did. So he was very happy to see that invention which Clara did. So then those eyeglasses were given to whom? Were given to Mr. Lombardi, and he's gonna gift those glasses to her wife. Okay, so this was the whole story. So is that interesting or not? Yes, Darim, is that interesting?
Yes, it was, ma'am. Ma'am, it's 10:16.
Yes, I know that. Okay, class.
And the story this is the third time I read the story.
Okay. So, okay, class, that's all for today. We'll do the related exercise tomorrow, inshallah. Okay. See you then. Bye-bye. Allah Hafiz.